online, and I'm like, we got to talk about this. This thread that Andy Mineo posted, I believe it was yesterday, definitely warrants that. I think, we live in an era where everyone tells you to get as much as you can, show it off. You know what I'm saying? So show off the car, show off the house, show off the shoes, show off the money. I mean, even in the Christian rap space, right? We got a lot of videos out right now. Let's just be honest about it. We got a lot of videos out right now where people have cars, right? Some of them are rented. Some of them people really own these cars, right? And so we live in an era where that is okay. It's okay to be flashy. You know what I mean? We even see it in the mega church world with the production and some of the things. And listen, if God has blessed you with it, He's blessed you with it. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy what God has blessed you with. I'm just setting the tone for this is the era that we live in, right? And I mean, look, we had an Instagram account go crazy, preachers and sneakers, for a few years that was highlighting that. And so I think when someone posts what Andy Mineo has posted, it warrants us having a real conversation about just the fact that he posted it, but two, the implications. Okay. So let's take a look at what he posted. He posted this yesterday. He said, I had a 5-year run where my wife and I decided that, quote, every decision will be financially motivated. Okay, we're going to come back to that because just that statement alone as a Christian rapper says a lot. But he says, AKA, we lived way below our means. We saved. I said yes to as many shows, sponsorships, brand partnerships as possible. When we had influxes of cash, we invested in real estate and into building my team by employing full-time staff. Coming in hot was going platinum, and I was driving a 2010 Honda Civic. He says, I won't get into all of it now, but those 5 years changed the trajectory of my family's life. Now, when you look at the comments of this post, there's a ton of people who are asking Andy to, hey, man, can you break this down some more? Can you, you know what I mean? Can you share some more about your journey in this space, right? So there's that. But I just want to talk about it for a little bit, right? He said I had a 5-year run where my wife and I decided every decision will be financially motivated. Now, as a Christian artist, it's very rare to hear someone publicly admit that even after the fact, because this is ministry. Whether we say it is or not, this is ministry. Now, you go back to some of the things that Andy has said. Hey, I'm a rapper that happens to be Christian. That was even before this point in time, I believe. But now some of that makes sense, right? Some of that makes sense because he says, look, man, I need to fully focus on ensuring from a financial standpoint that me and my family can be independent of just this music stuff. Because I'm going to be real with you. When you live and die by financially having the music industry support you, it can be rough. As someone who's been in this game 20 plus years in the mainstream world and in the Christian world, I'm just telling you, it can be rough. People can be fickle. This industry changes so much. I mean, you think back to the 90s, people bought CDs, right? Then iTunes comes out, changes the game. So then it's like, hey, let's sell as many digital downloads as possible. We don't have to put as much upfront capital into this. Then you get streaming changing everything, 6-7 years ago. And we're kind of in that era. And so to hear someone say, hey, you know what? I need to do something for my family with this gift that God has given me, this talent, this platform that can set us up. Right? So he took shows, he took brand partnerships, he did all the deals to get the influx of cash so that he could reinvest it. Not so he could stunt, not so he could buy a big car, a big house or whatever, but so he could invest it into his family's future so that they would not be so reliant on the music industry to pay the bills. And now we can understand why Mineo was quiet the past couple of years, because he had money to live on. He invested it. He was prudent with it. He could spend time with his wife, spend time with his family, and just enjoy life. Because here's the thing, and again, I feel pretty positive in saying during that 5-year run, he probably missed a lot of family moments. And I say that because I've been in those spaces myself where you got to take this show because the mortgage is due, the rent is due, the gas bill is due, the car payment is due, the credit card payment is due, right? I got to keep moving. I got to keep bringing stuff in so that I'm able to support the family in any way possible. And so when I hear an artist say this, I'm encouraged. Now, another artist who has publicly discussed this a bit is my homie D1, right? Obviously, he had the viral song, you know, Sally Mayback, right? Where he bragged about, hey, I got out of student loan debt, right? And he's talked about driving a Honda Civic as well, which is hilarious that both of them driving Civics. But at the same time, it allows you to live in such a way where you're not in debt, you're able to maintain a semblance of financial stability, and you're not pressured and stressed. And Andy said, those 5 years changed the trajectory of my life. Sometimes you have to live like no one else so that later on in life you can live like no one else. Now, I didn't make that up. That's Dave Ramsey. But I think, again, financial literacy, man. You know, I think for me personally, Dave Ramsey was one of those people that I was always, okay. Anthony O'Neill is another one. His and Her Money. You know what I mean? He's actually a pastor. Talent, him and his wife, Talent and Ty, they're both pastors. So I just encourage you, wherever you want to get it, the Budgetnista. You know what I mean? She's good people. Like, there's a lot of people that can help educate you on this financially. But I'm just saying, to hear a rapper, a Christian rapper, state this is a big deal. And then he goes on to say this. He says, having our mind made up that we were going to lock in for a period of time made the discomfort purposeful. So he's saying, hey, we're going to do this for a season so that we can position ourselves better financially. And I have so much respect for this. I mean, you know, here's the truth. Me and Andy kind of have some parallels in our journeys. We both were living in the New York metro area, and we moved down south. He moved to Atlanta. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's cheaper. There was a financial motivation. There was also I feel God is releasing me from Newark, New Jersey to move to the Raleigh, North Carolina metro area, and my life changed. Just real talk. It changed because of that. And so I'm just glad he said that. I'm glad he's talking about this. I hope this sparks more conversation. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for tuning in. But I want to ask you, are you willing to make financial decisions for you and your family so that you can make those sacrifices, but so that you can long-term set yourself up for future financial success? Let me know in the comments below, family. Thanks again for tuning in. And as always, matter of fact, let me do this. Let me switch screens and get real big here, man. You can always continue the conversation. You can click here, right? You can click right here, or you can click right here. Grace and peace, y'all.